Here we are getting ready for the 2014 Loud Fuel Cranberry GP. A group of my friends and I were doing the Senior C class and watching the wave in front of us kick off. You can see that you have to start with your motors off and then kickstart them or push button start them. My battery was dead, so I had to give it a couple kicks to get going. By that time I was near dead last. Paul, who was having problems starting his bike that morning, was behind me. It queued up pretty fast at the start. You can see that I passed a guy right there just getting into the single file section and probably could have just blasted through the woods right there and got around some people. But this being the first time I had ever done this, and we're all near 50 years old and I'm over, I decided to take it easy. So the bike I'm riding is a KTM 350 EXE-F. It's primarily a street bike. Actually, it's a dirt bike that's got street plate on it and blinkers, horn and stuff right from the factory. It's added a little bit of weight, but the bike handles great. I have mic studded tires on the bike, and the studded tires just hook up incredibly in this frozen ground. You can see that the first few waves have kicked up some dirt already, and there's a nice groove showing up. All we need to do is get around some people and have some fun opening it up. So as you can see, I was taking it easy, not trying to get too aggressive with passing people, but finally I just had to get around this guy and found the option to go to left and made the move stick. So wrestling a bike around this stuff is a lot of fun, a little tiring. Bike starts getting heavier as the half hour goes on. It's a half-hour time race, so you do as many laps as you can in the half hour, and whoever gets the most laps in is the winner. So you can see I'm catching up to some more slower riders, and there's another queue that we have going on here. So I can tell you that this was the most fun experience I've had on a dirt bike in a long time. These guys were not having too much fun. You can see this guy's like stuck up against this guy and trying to pull his bike back, and we're all just passing him right as he's trying to pull his bike out of the way. But racing is racing. So I think if you look up ahead, that's Steve, the third rider up in front, and we're following him through the woods right now, looking for opportunity to. These guys are trying to vie for position to get some clear space. End of the first lap, I tried to go through the bypass. Mike's yelling, "Take my skirt off," because I did that. And Steve actually got a 2-second gap on me. So you can see I caught up to him and tried to make a pass right here. Steve cut my line down. I was forced to wait for another opportunity. This next uphill has a passing area, and I decided to see if I could make it this time. So, look it up this hill and try to block Steve from taking the line and got out in front of him and made him stick this time. So, some open field in front of me and just started to wick it up a little bit, keeping the front wheel in the groove and finding plenty of traction. Could really lean into these berms and just rail through them coming out of them. It's just amazing amount of fun, just a great time. There's another rider down. At the end of this race, I did touch the ground a few times when I didn't want to. It's just part of the sport. You get tired, bike starts to get heavy. Here's the extreme section over the logs. I need to work on this. I suck at this. I just have not been riding. This is, like I said, the first time I've ever done this type of an event. I did enduros, but kind of never really pushed it through these type of sections, so need to practice that stuff some more. So we go through this gate here, and there's a timer that records this time and where our place is, and then you back out on the course again. So there's nothing like having a guy in front of you just to pull you faster and faster through the course. Just wants to make you go faster. There's a photographer there. I'm sure there's a photo somewhere on some website I can buy. But yeah, my racing need for speed definitely kicks in here, and I just want to get past this guy. It's kind of funny how that just happens. I don't know what it is. So we are sizing him up and looking for the opportunity. He moves over, actually senses that I could pass him and just gave me the spot and wanted to take it. So it was really nice. So came up on another guy that I could probably get a little faster. So I decided to take this alternate line. It was really soft in here, and the bike was getting really good traction wheeling up that hill. So I got around him and made it stick. Some guys crossing the line up here, so I gave my horn a little beep and they all cheered as I went by. It was pretty funny. Come out of the woods and we're onto the motocross track. It is really icy. The puddles had frozen. The studs aren't really made for racing on ice or frozen ground, so very little traction there. So I could sense somebody right behind me, and I figured I'd return the favor of letting the fast person go by. I believe this is a young woman from our club that is probably a teenager who just absolutely flies. It's great to see her flying by me. I didn't stay behind her for very long. She just had a lot of speed. As you can see, I am dead slow. Some of these, the pro guys were actually jumping 2 logs at once. This guy coming off this jump right here, clearing the tires. So this is the end of the race. I'm starting to get a little tired. Not watching my line. Tried to go inside line, which is a street bike tactic to kind of apex the turn. Didn't put my wheel in the berm, and next thing I know, my front tire is skating away from me, and I'm down on the ground. So I grabbed the bike, and luckily it started right back up, and off I went. Making a run for the end here, and coming into the extreme section, trying to see if I can get by this guy. And somebody else comes by me, blocks my line. I get the highest spot on that log. It threw me off a little bit. As I said, I need to work on that and stuff. I was really having a hard time on the second race. That guy washed out right there and fell down the hill. So here we go into the finish. There's the checkered flag. There's Mike giving me the thumbs up. My race results with a 6th and a 7th. I actually was running one place up in both races until the last lap started making mistakes.